Hey guys, I'm gonna give you a tour of our finished kitchen. This was not the original color for the island. This was actually never a color I even saw or picked. It ended up by accident on our island and I absolutely love it. You have a choice. You could have open on the side. I just wanted it closed in on the side. I have underneath cabinets. So I have extra storage on both sides of the middle, which is awesome. This is stuff I keep that I don't use that often for parties and things like that. My stools are from World Market. I wanted to be able to fit 4 stools across. I'll put my dimensions on here at the end of the island as well. I got the matching chairs as well from World Market, and I found these cushions at Home Goods. The table is actually from Target. It looks like a concrete table. It is actually not real concrete, so it is not as heavy, and it was super affordable. I got it on sale back at Black Friday. My floors are white oak with the extra long 7-inch planks, which we absolutely love. Okay, our lights, I got all my lights from Butler Lighting. You can actually call Virginia and she can give you the exact of everything and get you a great price on them. I loved these because they had wood in them, and the wood actually almost exactly matches my stools, which was not planned, but was great. Maximize all the use of my island. So we have 3 drawers on this side. Like I said, 2 cabinets underneath, and I have 3 drawers over here. My countertops are a quartz. They are from Franchini Marble in Kernersville, North Carolina. I absolutely loved them because a lot of the different material I was looking at had a lot of veins in it, and this one had a really subtle look of the veins. So it was just enough color. It has a grayish tone. Absolutely love these. Amanzi was our fabricators, so Amanzi did all the fabricating. I chose that soft edge there. So back to my island features. We ended up putting a microwave in the island because we didn't have any other place for it, and I really love it being in here. I keep all of our popcorn stuff all here right next to it for the kids. This drawer underneath, I keep the kids' plates and cups and things like that in it, so it's easy for them. Right here, I did a paper towel drawer, which I love because the paper towel doesn't have to be out on the counter. And then in here, I keep extra paper towels, and I keep all my oven mitts. Over here, I added this pull down here to keep my sponges, which I love because it's not sitting out on my sink. And then in here, we have a pull-out double trash can. Always been to have my sink over looking outside my window so I can see my kids play. I never had that before in our old house. So I wasn't even gonna put one in this island. However, because of the setup of our island and our whole kitchen in general, when we were cooking, I felt like I really needed a sink nearby. Okay, so for our island, I wanted to go with a sink that wasn't as expensive as the farmhouse sink. We had one over there. I wanted something that was easy to clean, durable, and just looked nice. So this is from Blanco. This is a granite composite sink. I love it because it will not scratch. It will not get messed up. I don't have fingerprints on it. It is absolutely amazing. I love it. And it actually has an insert here that I can put down and I usually keep in it. As well. So this is just, I definitely recommend it. And I really have enjoyed having a sink right here. The one thing I didn't want with a sink was I didn't want dishes to be piling up when we have parties and things like that. And that has not been the case at all. We've had several people over, we've had several parties, and I keep putting all the dishes over there. So they're out of the way. When we have parties, this is where all the food is. It's all cleaned up, it's nice. But when people are cooking, doing last minute things, it's really nice to have this sink. Having a sink right here is that I did not do a pot filler. I know a lot of people love the pot fillers, but I don't make pasta enough that I felt like I needed it. This was perfectly fine for me. And I actually learned that if you have a gas range stove, it is not a good idea to put a pot filler up there because you cannot get water down in here or it will damage your stovetop. So just a little tip, think again maybe about the pot fillers. Our faucets are all from Pfister. I love this faucet. I will link it here. It's just easy, one-handed. I have a great ability to move, and it's all just one hand. I can adjust the temperature really easily. So this is perfect. It's affordable. I'm really happy with all my Pfister faucets. I really wanted to do a bread drawer, and our cabinet company, this is where I keep my bread. Our cabinet company told me that you don't need an official bread drawer, and I have it right over here near my toaster. So moving over here, this is my appliance garage. I love it. Everything is always out of the way. So we have our toaster in here. There's our honey and our cinnamon sugar. And then right over here, I have my bread drawer, and it's all very convenient. All these drawers, these aren't very organized yet, but I basically have lids, tops, straws, and things for smoothies right in here. So it's all convenient. The second drawer, which I love having these deep drawers, I put all my kids' cups, everything that they need to reach. And this is all of our stuff for smoothies and protein shakes and all that kind of stuff. And then in the bottom down here, I have all of my Tupperware. I got these cups off of Amazon. They're so great because each of my kids have a color, and then I have one as well. And every time they want a drink, they can just get a drink, put it back up here. Next garage is, I put all my glasses up in here. Honestly, I have nothing up in the top of those cabinets. I have not needed to use them at all. But when we were looking at our ceilings, our 10-foot ceilings, and if you go with the standard cabinet, there would have been too much of a space up there. It wouldn't have looked right. I always wanted to do cabinets all the way to the ceiling. However, the problem with doing the cabinets to the ceiling was, first of all, they were so much more expensive. It would messed up my beams as well. So this was kind of a mid-range, and I'll look up the dimensions of what they ended up being and share it with you guys. Above our fridge, my husband was gonna make this, and then we just ended up having the cabinet company do it. I love this aspect. Now I am tall, I'm 5'7", so I can reach all this. But between all of our pans, our serving platters, tour of the inside of my fridge another time, but I do absolutely love this LG fridge that we got. You can open the front of it and get drinks out without even having to open the whole thing. And I love this for the kids. I keep all the kids' snacks and everything in here. So this is definitely, it's very similar to the one we had in our old house for 10 years. It was great. This is just kind of an upgraded version of it. Moving over to this side. Again, we did all drawers on either side. I'm a big fan of drawers. I would never want cabinets again. They are just wonderful. These are huge drawers. I would not pay the money to have a cabinet company give you dividers. These are from Costco, 25 bucks. And we got a couple of them in different areas. But this is where I keep all of my like odds and end cooking things, things like that. In here I have all my bakeware, baking dishes, hand blender, and down below, more baking dishes and things like that. This is one of my absolute favorite things. I showed our cabinet company a picture, and he was able to do it. Oh, so I do not have to have things up on my counter, which I love. So all of my big utensils and all of that goes right in here. And then this is absolutely amazing. Okay, this is our knife block. These are actually plastic fibers. I thought they were gonna be some kind of styrofoam, and I didn't know how they would hold up, but they're not. They're these plastic fibers, and you literally can stick them anywhere. Coming over to this side, this pullout is my spice pullout. And there's lots of different things you can do with spices. You can have them in drawers if you don't have space for this. I've seen them that they're flat. I've had them up in upper cabinets with a pullout where I've used things that I bought off of Amazon as well. So far, this is really nice way to keep and organize all of our spices. Now, I always run into a problem with lids. I did put my lids under here, under my sink, in a stacker. This isn't very clean under here, but I got one of these stackers that I had in my old house, and I put my lids in here because I don't use lids that often, but when I have them, I hate having to search through the cabinets to find the right one. And then up here, I have more cooking stuff that I need handy that's taller, my measurements, cups and all that. And in here is where all of my regular dishware is. My backsplash. I knew from the beginning I wanted to go with brick. So this is actually half cut brick, and it was really easy for them to install. It's very affordable. They ended up using, I can't remember if they used mortar or grout. I think they ended up using grout. The tile guy put it in. The one thing he didn't do that he did come back and I had him do was I had him seal the bottom here because it was just starting to chip away. And apparently that's not standard for them to normally put grout or sealant down there. But I asked him to come back and do that. And I will eventually, there is apparently some kind of sealant that I can get from Sherwin-Williams to put over this in case we have sauce and things splashing on it. But I absolutely love this. I had them do kind of a messy mortar look somewhat. Up here, provision cabinets, custom designed my hood for me. I showed them some pictures of things I liked. I wanted the wood up top and the wood down below, and I just love these corbels here. So we went back and forth on color. It was really hard for me to figure out color because at the time we didn't have the floors in, we didn't have wood stained doors, we didn't have the wood beams, but it all came together pretty good, and I realized that things do not have to be matchy-matchy. So I actually like the contrast. I mean, these are all 3 different types of stains, and this is pine, I don't know kind of what that is, and these are white oak, and they all have different stains, and then even my chairs have a different stain too. So you can always go with a variety of wood. That was one thing that was so hard for me. One reason I didn't get a wood island was because I couldn't figure out how to change the wood out according to the wood floors and all that. But I'm really happy with going with the colored island and then bringing in the wood accents in different ways. So coming over here, so this is my sink for washing dishes. This is a Kohler sink. I did a lot of research on different farmhouse sinks. This one had great ratings, and actually my cabinet company, my marble company, everybody said definitely this was a great sink. So I went with that. I'll link it here. This is my Pfister faucet again, the same one that I have over there on the island. Just great. It's been a great faucet, so definitely recommend them. They're affordable, and the quality is really good. I really love this dishwasher. First of all, everything's hidden up here, which at first I wasn't sure if I'd liked, but I do. I like it. You hit start, you close it, it works. It is super quiet. I did a lot of research on the different sounds, the loudness of them all. This one had great reviews, so it's super, super quiet. And I haven't even read all the different things I can do with it, but you can take the utensils out if you want, and it has this utensil thing up top where you can actually put all your utensils. I just use it for random things like straws and tops to all the kids' stuff. But there's everything from wine glass holders. It's just great. Right now it's loaded up and ready to run. But I do love this dishwasher. Okay, as well, my double oven is also a cafe appliance by GE, and I am super happy with this as well. I was originally wanting to go with a side-by-side double oven, just because there's so many times I cook things that are at different temperatures. I'm not a huge cook, but I do have to cook a lot. So this was a great alternative because I can do the top and the bottom at different temperatures. The top is actually a convection oven as well, which I don't even know what that is, to tell you the truth. I have never used a convection oven before, but I almost always just use the top oven. So when I'm baking, almost every day I'm using the top, which I feel like it's using less energy as well because it's such a small space. But then when I do have double things or I have a big meat, then I can put it down there as well. So I've never had a gas top either, and it's super easy to use. And I don't burn things. Like I didn't burn my deviled egg or boiled eggs, hard-boiled eggs for the first time. And someone said, oh, it's because you have a gas cooktop. So I do love having a gas cooktop. Lastly, over here, we put in one other trash can pull out, which has been super convenient to have 2. We have lots of people over all the time. We have parties, everything, and it's just great to have 2 of those. This, I just had an extra drawer, so I ended up putting all of our stuff for grilling because our grill is right outside. And just have a stacker right here. Big casement windows here. So these actually can crank open, and we can hand food out to each other because our grill will eventually be right out there. These are the lights actually from Butler Lighting as well. I love how those turned out. We could have done a chandelier or something over here, and they said I could always take that out and still do something. I still feel like I need something over here to make it cozier, maybe a rug or whatnot, but we'll figure it out. So anyways, that's the tour of my kitchen. Back there is my laundry room, which I'll share another day. And back there's our pantry and our mudroom.